What's good, friends? Christopher here, and let's talk a little crypto macro. I want to hopefully keep this video short and sweet and not pontificate too much into kind of the speculative rambling that I might do every now and again. But obviously, in order to understand what to do with our projects, we need to be paying attention to the broader landscape. And as I've said before, Bitcoin isn't crypto. Even people that don't know anything about crypto have heard of Bitcoin, and it represents roughly half of the market cap of crypto, which is 2.462 trillion on CoinGecko. Now, this isn't the entirety of the crypto space, but this is the big players, right? So with Bitcoin representing roughly half of the market cap, what Bitcoin does it shifts things, it influences things very highly, very strongly. So let's take a look at Bitcoin here. And let's go back to the last time that I was talking kind of crypto macro. I was saying that Bitcoin was going to float around in that $60,000 to $65,000 price range and probably have some sideways chart action as it was determining if there was support or resistance to go on a price run or more of a price correction, right? Because again, we have ran from about 15,000 all the way up to the high of 72,000 recently. So it's expected to have some kind of price correction, especially after halving. But again, traditionally after halving, we do go on a bull run. So it's just a matter of when is this bull run going to truly start? And so when we look at the chart over the last 7 days, it's happened exactly like I said it would. The price has been roughly sideways between kind of that $60,000, $65,000 range. Now, what we can see on the 7-day chart here is just a slight indicator with these red candles that we're seeing a little bit of a price correction. And when we go to the 24-hour chart, it looks a little more indicative of that, although we might possibly be hitting the bottom. It's hard to say. It's as much an art and a science because, these are kind of chart-based technical indicators, but there's the underlying fundamental indicators, like the ETF that was launched in Hong Kong, the Ethereum and Bitcoin ETFs, and they were pretty quiet how they launched. There was some anticipation and speculation that it was going to really ramp up the market, but it was kind of a dud and didn't really do anything. So there's all sorts of factors that play into, what we're seeing when we look at a chart. And what our goal is to take that fundamental data, take that technical data, and see how congruent they are, right? And based on the level of congruency, the fidelity between the wave patterns, we are able to determine, is this undervalued, is this overvalued? And based on that, we're able to time things. So again, I'm not going to go too far as prognosticating what Bitcoin is going to do in the short term. I wouldn't be surprised if the price dips a little bit, but again, I'm sticking with, we're roughly going to stay in that $60,000 to $65,000 price point. And then there's going to be the inflection point. And it's hard to say exactly when that inflection point is going to be and what direction we're going to go from it. Ultimately, I don't think we dip too much farther than this before we go on the bull run. So I don't know if it's going to be a better opportunity to buy Bitcoin if anyone's thinking of buying Bitcoin. But again, as I always say, this is not financial advice. I'm just a dude talking, right? I'm not recommending anything. These are speculative digital currencies, right? Okay. So that said, the other thing I wanted to look at real quick is obviously we're launching on Solana. And so it's nice to pay attention to what Solana is doing. Kind of the same thing. If I remember right, the price of Solana was, I want to say it was like 140, 142-ish, give or take, when I made the last video. And again, I was talking about the price moving up, and the price has moved up, $10 on 47-ish%, give or take. So we want to obviously, okay, so let me back up a little bit. Bitcoin is, 63-ish thousand, whatever it is. I think that's going to 100,000 before 2025. It would be very difficult for me to fully explain why I think it's going that high. Can I guarantee it? No, not in any way whatsoever. That being said, Solana, we pull up the max chart here, and let's just go to the line graph. So on November 6th, 2021, they hit 259.24 as an all-time high for Solana. What I believe is going to happen is at some point there's going to be a bottom hit. Maybe we've already hit it, I don't know. But there's going to be a bottom here, And then this bull run, this macro crypto bull run that we're going to see to wrap up this year is going to drive the price of Solana to a new all-time high. Now, obviously, we want to launch our token sooner rather than later. You know, hypothetically, Solana hits $300, right? Well, if we launch our token when it's at 250, we're only getting, you know, 1/6 of kind of a boost from the gain of Solana. If we get in at 150, well, now we're doubling up our market cap just by simply existing on the Solana ecosystem, right? This is a huge multiplier effect, and that's really what it is. It's all compounding, right? It's little advantages multiplied by little advantages times little advantages equaling a massive advantage. So I wanted to point that out. You know, where the price goes, I mean, this is a strong little candle pattern as far as the price going up. But we could see, when you look at this on the 24-hour chart, we could see just a little bit of a pause and probably some profit taking, maybe price correction. Hard to say. This might just level out a little bit more and just get more sideways, kind of like Bitcoin has been doing, right around this 150 to 155 range. And then we'll see if we find the support and we break out of it and we get into kind of a bull run. That's really what we're in. We're in a little tussle, a little bull bear tussle. So we'll see what happens. We'll pay attention to it. We'll monitor it and move when we're ready to move. So, you know, make sure you've kind of gone through the basic checklist to be ready for the launch when it happens. You want to have your Phantom wallet. You want to have Solana on your Phantom wallet. And you want to be following the Panda Dragon Twitter and be joined to the Panda Dragon Telegram. With all of those things set up, you should be ready to go for launch day. We are going to, obviously, everything is going to be posted in Telegram. Once we are launched, the live link will be sent, the Telegram chat will be opened up, and for those of us that are in the community, part of, I'm mainly talking to the Facebook group here, we're going to, I haven't picked where it is going to be, but we're going to do a live launch, basically, and we're going to talk with each other while it's going on, you know, hey, what's happening, because potentially, again, this space moves so fast. I'm talking about the project as a long-term thing because it is a long-term thing. But this space experiences hyper growth, and it is so insanely fast the way some of these tokens move that we could have a really, really awesome day on launch day, because all of a sudden this project starts getting pumped and pumped and pumped and pumped because everybody in the outside crypto community starts digging into it and they start saying, holy cow, this project is not only going to be here tomorrow and next week, but next month and next year. This guy has a strong why. He's building a community. They're passionate about making the world a better place through creativity, charity, being of service to other people. And I don't think they're ever going to quit, because we're not. And so that's what, I don't know, I get overly excited, and I always find myself telling myself to temper that excitement a little bit. But it's hard to temper it when you've looked into things the way that I've looked into things. Ideas that are much less well thought out have made, we all see it all around us, right? A lot of people could hear that, you know, I'm shooting for Pluto and I'm talking 7, 8, 9, 10-figure market cap for a Panda Dragon meme coin, right? And they could say, this guy's insane, that makes no sense. But here's the reality. Other people have done it, and they've done it in a short period of time. Like reaching on pump.fun, they've got a bunch of different tokens with multi-million-dollar market caps. What was it? Shark Cat or something like that, I think. Almost hit $400 million market cap in like a couple weeks. It moves so fast and so big that I want to have us prepare for that too. Now, here's the thing. It could take us a long time to reach a massive market cap, but it could very well, if we do things correctly, if we're all, you know, kind of moving in step with each other, it could happen really flippin' fast. And that is, again, that's why I'm very, very excited, because what we're going to be able to do with the resources generated from this, with the people that are involved from the ground floor and their passion for making the world a better place, talking to you, you are going to get the ability to jumpstart that business, jumpstart that passion project, jumpstart that charity with injecting capital to it and making things happen. And this is what I want. I have this quote up on the website, and I always butcher it when I try to recall it, but it's something along the lines of, the world grows great when old men plant trees they'll never see the shade of. Okay? I cannot think of a better way to spend a life than by building a future that the next generation will thank us for building. We all can sit back in our life and we can look at previous generations, and if we're grateful, we're certainly grateful for what they've done for us. But there's other things that we look back in history and we say, that wasn't the greatest decision. You know, you guys really set up future generations badly by doing what you collectively did. We have the ability in this life, and not just through the hopezy.life or Panda Dragon Coin, right? In general. But we have the ability to make a world that the future generation says, man, our ancestors, the people before us, were fucking awesome. And that inspires me to be fucking awesome. And just think, you know, I don't know, just to wax philosophically, you know, spiritual, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if you believe in reincarnation. I don't know what you believe happens after you die. But I don't know anyone of sound mind, who thinks there's anything better than making things better. And that's, I don't know. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. I appreciate you. Hit me up with the questions as always. You know, I'm always available. Well, not always available, but I will set time up to talk with you one-on-one, either messaging, or we can actually do a call to like through Facebook Messenger or something like that. Anyway, I'm rambling per usual. I said I wasn't going to do it, and I did it. So we'll talk next time. Peace.